How have you found the experience of working with the company? I mean, totally honest.
To be totally honest, I can't believe how professional and how gifted those performers are. They've made my life so easy. I mean, I've been saying that to everybody. They're just amazing. I mean, when I first walked in, I realised that they were a company, you know, a professional dance company here at Laban, and I was very taken back by that. I think maybe I'm fortunate that I'm coming in at the end of them already going through a creative process with 2 or 3 other choreographers or artists, but even so, their sense of commitment and willingness and resourcefulness and initiative and cooperation is just very, very supportive.
What was it that when you were offered this commission, what was it that attracted you to take it?
Well, I trained here at Laban,
right.
So it was an offer I couldn't refuse.
Were you in transitions?
No, I wasn't in transitions, but I've always known about transitions.
Okay. So did you do your undergraduate at Laban?
Yes.
Great.
It's in this building.
How does it feel to be back?
It's strange, it's quite eerie.
Because it's so empty.
Yes, yes. And there's all these pictures on the walls, and I know the people in them. And some of them are like, oh my God, and some of them are dead, you know, they've passed on. So it's quite moving along that gallery is moving for me too.
Are you interested in taking working processes and methodologies that you've explored with transitions into your future work, or the broader context of your work?
Yeah. Well, I brought methodologies here that I use. I think what I'll be taking away here is the kind of feeling that is possible to collaborate with a composer again, because I've worked a lot without you know, collaborating and just finding the music myself or making the music myself, and it's been a very positive experience to work here with Angus, and it's kind of rekindled that kind of possibility there of someone who you can share ideas with. Maybe I feel like I've learned a lot since those early collaborations, which kind of ended in disaster. And I think maybe I've learned a lot more how to communicate in a collaborative process with a composer, and a lot more confident with how the process is going to emerge. So that's one thing I'd like to kind of move forward with, more of those kinds of collaborations.
But also, I kind of know you more as a solo artist as well, and lots of the time, you know, you're working with your own body. Do you work in those situations? Would you bring in a dramaturg, or do you bring in collaborators to assist in your solo process? And the second part of that, I guess, is how has it changed for you in terms of thinking through working with a company and not performing?
Well, I've worked with lots of different companies as well, on the outside, commissioned work.
Right.
Working with a dramaturge, and I tend to just like to invite people into the process who've got nothing to do with dance, but they have a certain, what they bring is how they read dance or movement or information. So people who like to also interested in more of the thought that goes into what's going on. So usually I like to invite people who are completely alien to dance, basically. People who like reading books, people who like taking photographs. I found those people very useful because I'm really interested in meeting an audience that isn't limited or reduced to a dance audience. I'm interested in people moving, and and I'm interested in those people moving people watching. And it's the people bit that really interests me. So, and how I make sense of something with those people is what I find really most, why I bring those kinds of people in.
And in terms of the, I know that the process is still going on, but in terms of the piece that will be shown on the tour, how do you think audiences will react to that?
I think first and foremost it's going to be something very interesting to look at. I think the movement visually and the way it's kind of weaving around is already interesting, and I think people just looking on that level will be animated, like just looking at pattern and shape and all that kind of stuff. And then I think another kind of audience member is going to be kind of really engaging with a feeling that's going on. They're going to start to sense something about how they feel comfortable or how they feel disturbed about what's going on. And then I think another kind of group will start to be thinking about their responses as well, and questioning where they're seeing this from and how this is meeting them. I think most importantly, I think people will just be engaging imaginatively, like there'll be lots of different kinds of readings into and out of that experience. And that's kind of what I most hope for, and that all those readings will be maybe completely contradictory, but people will come away having felt something, and having kind of felt something that maybe they had a lot more questions for than answers.
Any more questions?
Do you want to talk about costume?
Good point. About costume. Just asking about costume. Have you? I don't know how far you got with that process, but what is your costume looking like at the moment?
The costume is it's an area that is difficult for me. That was difficult to get out. I don't visualize costumes. I can see lights, I can see movement, and I can hear sound. And then the costumes are, what do you want from me? I don't know, I'm not a costume designer. So I guess that's the area that I struggle the most with, to actually find a language to communicate, and to then find some really concrete ground where, okay, we're on the same page with something. I'm kind of like, I know what I don't like, but I don't know how to get you to what I do like, kind of thing. So I'm your worst nightmare when it comes to costumes. Yeah. So I'd say we've found the best way of working with your worst case scenario. Yeah. So it's kind of going well.
So who knows?
So who knows? Yeah. I think we'll find out tomorrow, though. Definitely, we're kind of running, to the deadline now, and we'll see. Yeah, tomorrow will be the day.